Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Lisa again, this time with the week ahead reading for Aries, my beautiful Aries. How you all doing? Hope you're having a good week so far. So this is for the next 7 days from the time that you watch this reading. Now all my readings are timeless, so 7 days from now, thanks Spirit, for Aries. Now remember, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, please remember to check your moon and rising sign also. One last thing, if you could find it in your heart to please smash that like and subscribe button for me, I would really appreciate it. And anytime you love sharing my work, I would really also appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel and that really does help me. So jumping right in, let's look at the week ahead for Aries. Thanks, Spirit. So the first thing that I get when I jump in the energy field this week is that this is one of those weeks where I feel like you're really working on your foundations, and it's one of those weeks where I think it's going to be a little bit slow to start off with. Not much happening energetically in the external other than whatever it is that you choose to create in any given moment of now. Now, for some of you, I do see that there is an announcement at work coming up this week. Some changes in management that have been happening behind the scenes that are going to be announced this week that I think will actually affect you guys dramatically, because there is a conclusion, particularly with a specific project that you've been working on, that may come into question this week. I do feel like there is a bit of a review process going on. The good news is that I feel like once the week is over, you're in a position of empowerment and choice. So I would say to you, this week at work particularly, it's all about endings and new beginnings in projects or the work that you're doing day to day, the physical tasks that you're doing. And I feel like there could potentially be some energy in the environment around you, I'm talking about in the workspace, that could potentially feel a little bit I want to say depressive, but just keep in mind, this is not your energy. This is someone in your environment. This is actually external to you. I feel like this is actually coming from either upper management or for whoever it is that you contract for. So I would say to you that the foundation is currently being re-solidified, and I think that the announcement that's coming in later in the week about the changes that the upper management have made at work are going to solidify you in some way, but there will be a few days where there's uncertainty in the field. So just remember when that happens that Spirit said to you that it's okay for the uncertainty to be there. You are going through an ending and a new beginning, which means that there is a little bit of a void space that you have to go through in order to get to the other side where you're making the choice to move forward in a new project. But I think that also other people are playing a role in that, because whatever this announcement is later in the week, I feel like it's actually a really big opportunity for you to fit a cortisone on your foundation. So these are long-term energies. They're not just this week playing out. I think that these are long, overarching, broad energies that are just playing out this week in the form of some sort of news being announced at work. For others of you, I feel like this week is all about revelations, finding out things that have been hidden or that have had you worried about things. I do feel like you may have been caught up in your head, particularly if you're asking about a relationship this week. I would say to you, for those of you who are single and are in a situationship, this is one of those weeks where I feel like you're going to find out whatever it is that the person that is on your mind has been doing behind the scenes to explain a little bit of their behavior in relation to how they've acted towards you. I do feel like there is a third party situation I'm picking up on for somebody out there. And I want to say to you that that's going to come to light this week. So that's not for everybody. It's only for a few of you. But I think I needed to bring it through because Spirit is saying that if that is you, don't worry about it. It's not as bad as it first seems. So it might be a good idea not to judge until you have all of the information. And I don't see that happening straight away. I feel like there's some sort of revelation happening where you might choose to walk away for a minute, but Spirit's saying just hold tight for 5 minutes because there's more to come. There's more to be exposed. And I think once you hear about that, it will change your mind and it will change the situation where you might want to hang in there for a little bit longer. So what else is coming in for Aries? Thank you, Spirit. Aries, the week ahead. What else do we need to know? The good news is anything that's happening this week, it's all essentially internal stuff. So because the external field is looking quite secure, the physical things that you're going through are stable. They are going to be okay. It just is that there are changes happening in the structure of those things that may be a little bit scary. So don't worry about it. The reason it's come up in the reading is to let you know that you are actually going to be okay by the end of the week, and empowered even. Unorthodox approach. Be a curious creature, and cause and effect. So I think what Spirit is saying here is think outside the box, guys. Be curious, play. Remember that this is a game that we're all playing with each other. We're all on stage and this is our show. You only get one life and it's yours to live. So don't be scared to do something just for the heck and the sake of doing it. It feels really delicious sometimes to get really curious about something that just brings you joy. There doesn't need to be a logical reason for everything that we do. And I think that this is Spirit just reminding us that if we want to create more joy and light in our lives, sometimes we have to be the cause of that effect. We need to step into a place where we feel confident and comfortable in being curious about new things. Sometimes we can get stuck in a rut, and I think that this is just Spirit letting you know that for some of you out there, it might be time to try something new. It might be time to get a new hobby, change your routine. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to happen. So even if it's just drinking a cup of water instead of a coffee in the morning, or walking on the left side of the driveway instead of the right side of the driveway, anything little that you can bring in to bring change and newness into your field, I think is opening the door to synchronicity. And synchronicity is Spirit's way of letting you know that you're in flow and you're in alignment. So look for the magic this week. I think Spirit is wanting you to partake more of the lighter side of life, because with everything and the uncertainty going on at work or in your relationship, it could just be that Spirit wants to give you a hug and say, hey, it's not as bad as it first appears this week. So try not to get caught up in overthinking things, because there is a new beginning and there is an announcement of a step forward into the future, because we are ascending here. We've got 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 3, 4, 5. That's telling me that you're actually making progress in your life. Look at that, guardian angel. The angels are giving you a big hug this week and saying to you, we've got your back. Don't take things so seriously. There is a lot of joy and fun to be had in your environment. And a lot of the struggle that you've been having recently, particularly if you're talking about a relationship, the eternal embrace is all about seeing what you don't like in other people and recognizing that trait within yourself. Can you see that every trait that we don't like comes with a trait that we do like attached to it? Yin and yang, love and hate. They're both the same thing, just looked at from different perspectives. They're attachments, they're energy cords. So Spirit is reminding you that you can change your perception at any time. And sometimes you need to get outside that box and think about unorthodox approaches to things in order to create newness and joy and shift that perception out of such worrisome thoughts. So the 9 of Swords is all about being caught up in our head and overthinking things. And I mean, I've been guilty of that. I know I do it all the time. So I'm sure that a lot of you out there also fall into that trap. And so Spirit is just reminding us that if you do find yourself overthinking things this week, take a step back, go and be curious about something. Read a book, watch a movie, go for a walk. Do anything that you can do to cause a different effect. So you don't want to go around in circles. Do what you did and you will get what you got. Try something new and prepare to be surprised by what you can actually create. So overall, this week looks like quite an up and down intense week when it comes to the internal world, but the external world is coming to a fruition. So what I'm saying is that if you do go through some internal struggles this week, don't take it too seriously. Don't jump to conclusions. Let it all play out, because there's still more to come. This is a week of endings and new beginnings at work, but they are good endings and new beginnings. So I'm not worried about you being unemployed or getting fired or any of those negative things that we like to throw into our mind space when we hear, oh no, there's a change coming. So just remember, this week is a week of foundation building. choosing to have joy and look to the future with courage and excitement, because the future is bright, it's yellow, it's joyful, and it's your choice. The Lovers is all about having a choice to step into a brighter future. So there's nothing really bad happening here, and Spirit wants you to know that you have so much support and love this week. They're eternally embracing you and letting you know that everything is going to be fine. So I hope that helps, Aries, this week. Good luck with everything, and I will see you guys in the next one.